Hello, dear travelers from around the globe, and welcome back to episode 10 of Travelcast. Today I'm thrilled to introduce you to an experienced traveler and passionate Couchsurfing host, Meto. He has traveled to more than 70 countries and has received over 250 Couchsurfing reviews, reflecting his deep commitment to cultural exchange and connection. Meto, thank you for joining us. And as always, can you please introduce yourself, tell about yourself, about your background?
Wow. So my story starts with a travel back to 2006. I meet a couple, the guy from UK, the girl from Canada, and he was traveling in Egypt, in Alexandria. And I like the story because they travel 6 months in a year and they work 6 months. And then this time I was working as a medical representative, where I have only 3-week holiday per year. So I start to really interest in them. I invite them to my home. We became friends, and I find they work in a hospitality. So they work in a high season in Greece in the summertime. In the winter, they travel to cheap country like Jordan, Egypt, where they can use the money effectively. And I find them very smart. We became friends. They stayed in my home. We cooked. And then before they leave me the note, www.couchsurfing.com. So I didn't understand nothing about it. They said, okay, this is our gift for you. Go for it and check it yourself. So in the beginning, I was naive. I thought maybe it's a prize. I will go online and I will get some gift because I was very generous with them. They like me. I fill up the website. And then next day I get a phone call from Canada again, from one guy called Francis. You can see him on Couchsurfing. And he told me, hello man, I'm here in Alexandria. I'm in the square. Where are you home? And then what's happening, guys? So here I realized that I'm not understanding the website very well. So we went to meet. We had a meal together. He showed me the website. And since then, I start to be crazy about travel.
Oh, man. Interesting. And so, you met those guys not on Couchsurfing, somewhere randomly?
No. I always, since younghood, when I'm child, I always want to see the tourist and the foreigner. And I like to ask him where's he from, try to practice my English. So I was always, since I'm 10 years, interested to meet foreigner. And because I'm interested to know where's he from, how they live, what they're doing. Different people, different color. This is very, very interesting for me. So I met them by chance. I invited them for a meal in Egypt and we became friends. And they live in Egypt for a long time, so I bring them to my home before I know Couchsurfing. I had an apartment, 2-bedroom, so I had a 1 room for me, and they used to come cook in my home all the time. So it was interesting. So since then, I start to understand that the travel is very possible. Before 2006, I thought I need to have a lot of money to travel.
Right.
Because I see the Hilton Hotel, Sheraton in my city, and I see the tourists going there. I didn't know that there are some hostel and some people traveling with budget. So it was a big change and it opened the world for me. I hosted many people traveling the world with bicycle, people coming with a car. So... And I meet one German guy, actually, he traveled all the world with no money. He used to work every country, spend the money, go to next country, and he have no camera, so he won't travel all the world. So I meet very nice, weird people, which is, you call it this way.
And where on the Couchsurfing itself?
In the Couchsurfing, People, everyone come with his story, with his philosophy. And I really love it, you know what I mean? Because you see the different mindset, different thinking, but we all share the same things. We want to know other people. We want to connect. So this is all the common between everyone, But people do it different way.
That's true. And so you was hosting first right?
Yes, I host a
And,
lot in
you
Egypt,
host,
a lot, yeah.
yes. And how you start your travel journey, like when you start to travel itself?
I started travel journey 2007 when I asked my higher management to take 1 month's holiday, which is too long because normally they give 3 weeks, because I got a visa to go to Amsterdam. And I didn't have a go for Couchsurfing. I have a lot of friends already who live in Europe. So I got 1 month's visa to go to Amsterdam, and my boss said only 3 weeks. So I resigned and I decided to go. And I was really want to go one way and not come back again. But I didn't find any possibility to stay legally after the 1 month, so I returned back. And this time I stayed in all my friend home, but they all was people I knew, because as I said to you, I was always having foreigner friends in Egypt, you know.
Right. Nice, man. Well, then let's slowly move to one topic what I also want to open with you, because I already know that you, as I know, travel a lot. You have this couchsurfing experience, and we will back to this. But I also know that after all that you switch and change literally your life and your profession and your country, and you went somewhere, God knows where. So can you open this
Yes, man.
topic that you went to Thailand and how? And
when I returned from Europe, was my first trip, Holland, Germany, and Belgium. And I come back, I was really sad that I will start again in Egypt and I won't really be abroad, because my objective, not career, not profession, my objective to see the world. And it was one objective all my life since I'm 10 years old. I want to see the world before I die. I really want to see the world. I want to see the different people, the different lifestyle. So when I leave this world, I leave that I knew the world. Imagine, you come and go and you didn't know how people live, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it was my objective, and I had a good friend of mine. He worked in Reuters, and he's a journalist. And he's German, so I went with dinner with him, and he opened my eyes to Southeast Asia, because I was only thinking about Europe and US, like everyone in this time.
Same in my country.
You believe only US or Europe. Nobody know any other country, because the media in our country show all the world is fucked up, you know what I mean? They show you the floods in Thailand, they show you the earthquake in Indonesia, so you don't see the positive things of every country.
Right.
So my friend was telling me Malaysia would be a very good choice for you. His mother was there for holiday, he showed me the photo, and I don't need visa to go to Malaysia, so it was interesting. But I learned a lesson from my first trip, because I went from Egypt to Amsterdam, and I come back Amsterdam to Egypt. So this time I said no. Since I have a free visa to Malaysia, I will fly to Thailand and return from Malaysia. And I did it for 3 months this time. First time was 1 month, this time for 3 months. So I fly to Thailand. It was very interesting place. But I also believe in destiny. When I was traveling, I end up in Phuket. I was in full moon party in Koh Samui, and the guy from Couchsurfing texted me. He told me, man, when you're coming, because I'm leaving Phuket soon, and if you want to come quickly. So it was 11 o'clock in the morning after party, so I take the ferry. I went all the way to Phuket. I find the guy already packed everything, so I even have to sleep in the floor, because he moved everything from his house, and we became very good friends. I told him that I want to work abroad. He gave me 2 contacts. He called his boss, he called his friend in other company, and second day I got 2 jobs in the same country. It was like, wow, I wasn't imagine how this happened, you know what I mean? And I think since the last 14 years, Phuket became for me the easiest place to work. Whenever I have some challenge in life, I go to Phuket, I get a job, and I earn good money. And I never planned to stay 14 years. I was always want to travel 6 months, move to another country. And first year I went to Indonesia. I returned to Thailand. I went to Singapore. I returned to Thailand. So I work in different places, but Thailand was always my home for work and professional career. And I changed my profession from being veterinary doctor working for a pharmaceutical company to holiday consultant, you know. This was my profession in Thailand, like helping people to travel.
Well, and like this, man, like that's really interesting stuff. Again, like this, another magic, yeah, as you say, like destiny and like some really situation happened, something random, and then you got your end job and like you could stay in country, you can work and like, and then it's changed your life. And then like, and like yesterday we had a chat with you and you mentioned something that, like you always wanted to travel, and literally from this like 14 years in Thailand, you like all those, most of your trips happened after all, right?
Yeah.
And beautiful. And then like how your life turned, like from perspective of you start to work, and how could you travel? I mean, it's like exactly what you was telling some like minutes ago, that like you worked in season and then you travel, or how you could travel that
Yeah,
much?
man. Actually, when
You work and
when I went overseas, was my objective was money. Very simple. When I make my money, the money I make before in my profession for 1 year, as soon as I make this target, I have to stop and start travel. And in the first 6 months, I made the target. So I had 6 months, I had good money. And I was really good in my job. So I went travel and I kind of quit the job. I had still my work permit, but I went travel. After 6 months, I returned. The company accepted me and it became, the company adapt to my lifestyle.
All right.
So I was working in high season in Thailand, which is normally the start from November to April. Because most of the tourists used to come in the winter time when it's cold in Europe, it's summer in Thailand. So, and then I started to travel 6 months and work in 6 months. This was my big dream, you know. And I managed it financially, and I didn't feel like I need to work more, because my objective not to work, my objective to see the world, as I said to you. And believe it or not, I made almost 70 countries in 12 years. It doesn't take me, because before this I was not traveling, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And then how was your lifestyle of your traveling? Did you again apparently couchsurfing, or like hostels, or like
no, I was really fancy about couchsurfing. I love couchsurfing. And you know, I was very crazy on couchsurfing. Maybe now I cannot make it like before, but I can remember that I did 3 months, 90 days in a row couchsurfing in more than 8 countries, almost 15 to 20 cities. And it was a bit tiring, but I'm motivated to meet new people, see their lifestyle, see how they live, see how they work. And I was moving between host and host, and luckily I find host everywhere, even in the small cities. And it was much easier before in couchsurfing, because not too many people joining. It was less people, but more active, into the spirit, you know.
Yeah. So how can you like, what from you, because you use it way longer than me, and how can you see the differences back then with couchsurfing and nowadays, for you especially, like for travel? How is it?
I mean, the good thing about couchsurfing, I will never plan, you know. I just arrived to the country, contact the host, how to come to your home, and he guided me through the holiday. I'm very independent, but I was follow his advice, not Lonely Planet in this time, or tourist information. So he told me this place is good. I go, you know, I mean, Sometimes they have a bicycle, I use their bicycle. Sometimes I got transport, sometimes I walk. So it depends where I am. So it make me feel local, you know. I didn't feel like I'm a tourist. I feel like kind of citizen, you know, in the country. And this is what I love, because I want to be citizen in every country I go.
Yeah.
I don't
at
want
least
to
for
be
short
different,
period
you
of
know what I
time,
mean?
yeah,
Yes. So I go to the supermarket normally, I buy the food, I come back home, I cook with my host. I don't go to a restaurant. And so it was a supermarket, walking around, sightseeing. I'm not fancy going to museums or galleries or touristic stuff. So I was living really like a local, you know.
And do you have any fun stories, like, I don't know, or like dangerous, uncomfortable, I don't know, from all your experience?
Yeah, I think every story is fun, you know. But I mean, weird story is very. I think I have one story in Mexico, but
Go.
tell
us.
Yeah, but this never happened, you know. I had a 300 couchsurfing person who I host or I served. But the trip in Mexico, I was going from Colombia to Cancun, and I was not sleeping because the flight was very early morning. And you know, when you have an early morning flight, you can't sleep in the night because you have to go to the airport, wake up early, and sleep late. So almost you don't sleep. So I arrived in the afternoon in Cancun. It was very, very hot, and I didn't find my host was not answering the phone. And then after long time he answered me, and this was like funny story. I call it funny story. It's nothing serious about it. But when I was very thirsty and coming to his home, and I told him, can I have a cup of water? And I said, oh, the water here, you know, you have to pay for it, you know what I mean? It's not for free. Or we go to the market. And I said, okay. Then I asked him about the Wi-Fi, and he said to me, why you need my Wi-Fi? I never share my Wi-Fi. It's very private. If you want, you can buy SIM card from the supermarket too. And I was really tired, you know what I mean? And he was kind of a bit selfish, you know. I don't think he understands that couch sharing is not giving place to people to sleep without being really want to do it, you know what I mean? So I feel like he have some other objective. And he have many funny reference, but sometimes I'm very stubborn. I like to go to dangerous profile and try, you know, or new people.
Well, yeah. And like, I don't know, any like heart-touching stories? What, again, when you came to some country, or like, I don't know, and you have some story, same can be with couchsurfing. Have you ever had such? Like really, I don't know.
You
was
mean
you
challenge your matter?
No, opposite. Like from the good perspective, from an amazing perspective. Like when you've been like, I don't know, amazed by a hospitality, or like apartment itself, or like some house, or like, I don't know, some like wow, mind blowing. Like what the hell just happened? Like, you know, like.
I mean, man, to be honest with you, in every trip you have this kind of enthusiasm and this time of emotion. But sometimes it's extreme, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I meet one French guy in Phuket, and I didn't even host him, but we was like meeting, and we have a quick meeting, and we just changed numbers. And when I was in Europe, I texted him that I'm in Germany, I'm going to France. And he said, yes, welcome. I was in Switzerland, he met me in the border, he take me to his home country. But he's really his family, one of the richest people in France. I think he have a huge house, not houses, like many houses. His father have like maybe 50 old cars. But this guy was really love to travel. So even when his mother come introduced to me, he said, no, you stay in your own home. So I went to my own home, have the horses around, swimming pool in every house, and we drive in the city with his very fashionable old car, and people think that I'm the rich and he's the driver. So it was very funny, you know what I mean? Because I look different than France. So this is kind of very fancy. I also sleep on the floor many times, which is fine.
Yeah.
So the good thing about couch surfing is not about the place, it's about the experience, you know.
Exactly. Totally agree.
So if you want comfort, it's different, you know. But actually, the good thing about couch surfing, you don't know what you got.
I think exactly that's the point, you know. Like if you don't expect something, then you find for everything, you know. Like in the floor, sleeping, and like being like surprised by some fanciness and comfortableness. Like, but if you expect that you come like here as an Airbnb or like some hotel, and then your expectation going out and you like, what the hell, like why it's like this, why this person not serving, blah blah blah. It's kind of, it's not the spirit of couchsurfing. Anyway, man.
We call it the no expectation, no frustration.
And in general, like if out of couchsurfing, how is your like style of your travel? What do you usually do? I don't know, your preferences. Like, is it what can you tell? Like, I say, your lifestyle. Is it something? I don't know. Like, you mentioned you like be like a local, right? But also, like, do you like to go to nature or like prefer like cities and like some museums? So I don't know, whatever. Like, how it's
actually is mix and match, you know, because when you travel the world, you don't find every country same, you know.
Right.
There are some country famous for the nature, some country famous for city. And what I do, I just walk out of my house of the couchsurfing or my host home and just explore. I like to go to the supermarket of every country to see what they offer. And I like to see something different, new to try. If some food, maybe I like to see the street food or the supermarket or some restaurant. I also, you know, sometimes sit in a busy place and just watch people, and this is very fun.
Oh man, I feel you. I did like this. I don't know, maybe not anymore, but I this is like cool stuff because you observe local people, how they behave, how they dress, how they exactly like what they do in like during the day, how fast they are, how slow they are. Like, what is it? What is this country? Or city, it's not even about country, it's more like about the place, about the city itself, right?
Right,
Yeah, so cool. And you know what I wanted to ask you? I wanted to ask about, I know that you speak a lot of languages, don't you?
No, really, when I'm much younger, I would really want to learn languages, but now I learn it by traveling, you know, because when you travel and ask people to speak English, they not accept it. But if you say some word of their home language, they start to cooperate with you. And I learned that in South Korea. When I went to South Korea, I was asking everyone, do you speak English? They say, no. And they make with a hand X like this, you know? Yeah. And then I start to learn what's mean, how are you? I said, 안녕하세요. Or I said, 감사합니다, which means thank you. So I was going to some place, I said, 안녕하세요, I want to go, and I speak in English. I don't ask them, you speak English or not, because they will not answer. In China, the same. So I just said the first word and then continue in English. And then they replied, they cooperate more.
But so how many languages do you speak?
3, 4, and the rest is like word for everything.
Okay.
I learn few languages, but what I can communicate, let's say 4 or 5.
Well, but this is actually good kind of advice what you have, or like not even advice, but method. What you say, like just learn a little bit of local one, just regular, like some numbers, how are you, hello, bye, you know, like I don't know, some kind of things. Just it's also fun, right?
Just to ice break, you know, because, you know, ask anyone, especially in Asia, that you speak the language, they said no, but they speak very well.
Yeah.
But they just shy, you know. And some people also, the you know this one also I learned from my experience in sales. Don't ask close question. You said you speak English, you say no, finish. You go bye bye.
Okay, yes.
But when you open up questions, they said hello, how are you, where I can go. Well, then they can find
I see.
out of this. So
that's interesting. That's interesting.
So go normally for the question which is open.
Yeah, but there's not yes or no, right?
Yes.
Oh, very interesting. Interesting. Thank you. Yeah, this is actually nice. And so far, what is your must-visit country? I mean, from all your list you've been, how do you feel it like that? I don't know. Not one. Can be 5. Can be 3. Can be, but really there you must go.
I mean, when you travel a lot, there are many places became similar. There are many.
Indeed.
Like Europe. Everywhere you find churches, you find,
Indeed, I know.
And if you go to the Middle East, there are different monument, mosque.
Yeah.
But now I'm also interested in the lifestyle of people, and which is I'm really want to go to Iran, to Pakistan, to this country where you really get in touch with the culture very well. And for me, I never forget South Africa as example, South America, Colombia, Ecuador, have a lot of things to offer, what I mean? So if I make it general advice, don't go to the most popular country for holiday. Except Thailand, because really Thailand is cool.
It's really cool. Crap, man. Everybody
cool,
for me who've been in Thailand really saying only compliments.
Because
only good things,
Thailand is very popular, but they're really cool. They have a different culture, different language, different lifestyle. So maybe this is an easy country to start. It's very easy and it's touristic. But if you have chance to try to go out of the book and try to visit the non-common country, I see many people never travel, they have no money and they try to travel to Europe. So why you do this? You know what I mean? You're going to spend all your money in 1 week and then you don't travel anymore. But if you start new and you want to travel to one country, go to Georgia, go to Armenia, go to low-cost country, you know what I mean? Then you can travel more. Uzbekistan, a lot of beautiful country which your finance can take you for better experience,
Yes.
And Europe is expensive, that anywhere in Europe. With Couchsurfing, maybe not very expensive, but if you don't do Couchsurfing, if you don't be humble with it's not comfort, what I mean? And always for me when I travel overseas, it's not like my home. Maybe in my home I go to restaurant, I spend more, but when I travel I feel like I'm responsible now and I need to control my budget to travel longer, you know what I mean? But if you want to take 1 week in a year or 3 weeks in a year, then you can spend as you want. But if you want to do 6 months, then you have to watch out.
Indeed. Yeah. I think for those far countries, let's say if we start from somewhere where we are now, it's let's say from Europe or from let's say Egypt in your case, for us far countries Asian or South American, for example. What is the biggest expenses is tickets, plane tickets. Later on there is ridiculous, but those tickets it's really worth to go for longer. You will not go there for 1 week, right? It doesn't make any sense. If you need to go, you need to go, as you said, also 6 months and more to explore and to have.
True.
Yeah.
True. When you go
with Europe, I think very big advantage for Europe is this low cost flights. Especially if you're off season, you can fly for 10 euros. You still can fly for 10 euros. It's ridiculous. Anywhere else you can do it.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah. Of course, this visa for us. Yeah. Man, how about visa and travel for you?
I'm lucky enough.
I know you're also from country, not this so. powerful passport as me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I'm lucky enough
yeah.
also to have dual citizen, that I have Argentinian passport, which is.
But this got already later on,
Yes,
right?
yes. But
So-
before I
yeah.
was applying for visa.
Mm-hmm.
But when you apply for visa, you get a 3 months holiday. You don't miss it. You're gonna spend till the last day, 90 days exactly.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You wanna use all your right to travel till the last day. So I was applying for visas, and my job was good in Thailand, so it was easier. When I moved to Thailand, I got more chance to travel. There are many countries you don't need visa, honestly. However, where you are, I mean, even if you are the hardest passport in the world, you still have at least 50 countries to go.
Yeah, at least some countries.
40 countries to go.
Yeah.
Maybe they are not common, not very famous for tourism, but travel
But
the
still,
season,
still.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got Sri Lanka's online visa,
Sri Lanka is super easy,
It's
yeah,
very
super friendly
nice,
for everybody. Yes.
small island, big world. It's very small, but you can see it totally different.
Absolutely,
So
really,
it's- yeah.
like from the south, then jungles, then
Yeah.
north, like and everywhere is different.
Yeah, the
like
food.
surprising, yeah, really interesting.
The food, and you have a little idea about India also, because they're very similar.
Nice. So, what will be, let's say, if you would advise, let's say, your people, like let's say young Egyptians, and like for visa situation and for money situation, how you would advise them to start their travel journeys?
Yeah, as I said earlier, when everyone have to travel in his way, so there are always options. But unfortunately, because media brainwash, you always think that Canada, US, Europe is the only place you want to dream to go. Maybe it's a country dream to work, but you still can travel to other country, will fulfill your need, and you don't need visa and you don't need too much money, you know what I mean? And be flexible. When you want to travel, you have to go out of the comfort zone. If you want to be always in comfort, no need to travel, you know what I mean? If you want no risk, stay home. But if you stay home also is kind of risk.
Nice. Well, like I asked the question, advice for Egyptian, but I think it's like more advice even for everybody, right? For literally everybody. So yeah, I hope. Yeah, man. Do you have like any in general, like I don't know, social media or something? How people contact you? I know you have Couchsurfing. I will also add it to the description, so like people can connect you, hang out with you whenever you
Yeah,
are.
man, I can share my WhatsApp. And I work in
Or is it
Madeira.
like to? Oh yeah, continue.
I work in Madeira, Portugal, and I work as a holiday consultant. I normally work in a tourist information center. I share with people how to go, where to hike, how to reach from A to B. And I like this job because you meet all the category. You have the old 5-star resort who can spend 200 euro a day. You have the student who spend 50 euro a day, and all of them go to the same destination, but a different way. Some of them go with a bus, some of them go with a private car.
Yeah.
So the good thing is everyone sees the same thing, and this is the beauty about it, you know what I mean? And this is teach me, when I meet my guests, I always direct them in the way they like. So if I have a young student, they ask me, oh, we don't want to spend no money, I tell them how to do it. And mostly people come back again and thank me for the advices. So if anybody come to Portugal, Madeira, you can contact me. If anyone want to have information about one of the country I've been, I'm happy to share, because this is my passion in life, you know what I mean? It gives me energy actually when I share my travel story.
Man, thank you. Is there anything else you would like to open up or to say, to share with the listeners?
I just, think if you want to do something, you can do it. If you think about it, it will never work, because I think the mind work opposite of the heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The heart, if you feel something, you want to do it. If you start to think about it, it never works.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to do something, I recommend you to take action. Don't think too much.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I learned also from Thai people.
Mm-hmm.
They always tell you don't think too much, which is amazing. Listen to your heart, listen to your... Some people feel what they want to do, and they do it because when time go, you know, it's be harder to do what you want, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even I did many mistakes in my life. I want to do things and I said maybe I will do it after 1 year or 2 years or when I finish this project. But unfortunately, if you did it, it will be not fun as if you do it immediately on time.
Mm-hmm.
So take a risk. And also one I want to share, there no one get everything in life. This is the life as it is. If you are a believer, if you're not, I think people get things and miss things. It's normal. If you try to get everything in life, you will not be happy. And I always tell people from last 15 years, I think everyone born with his path. And if you try to walk in different person paths, you might walk in it, but you will never be happy. So walk in the way where you are feel yourself, you know what I mean? Because copying someone else or living the ideal life, it might happen, but the most important, will you be happy? From many examples, from many story, I not see the people who are changing what they want to do because they have to do it, they are happier, you know. And don't regret in the end.
Man, that's beautiful. Thank you. Really, thank you. Cool. Really, pleasure to talk, pleasure to listen, you know. And yeah, man. Thank you.
Cool.
It was a
Thank
cool
you,
podcast.
everyone.
High five.
And enjoy.